So patient data in the database. Okay. Go through this topic, everyone. 5. What is 5? Okay. Search in Google. Past healthcare interoperability resources. Okay. So what is this mean is, I will explain a little bit in detail. Okay. But try to read and try to understand. Let's say application, there are UI applications. Let's say UI application. A company, let's say provider is nothing but doctors, payers are nothing but insurance teams, insurance. Okay, just we'll talk about this. Just remember this one. Payer, whenever I'm saying payer, insurance companies. Okay, provider, when I'm saying provider, nothing but doctors. Okay, so we are going to implement 2 functionalities: payers, provider. Okay, health, insurance, right? Car insurance, bike insurance, you already taken. Every month you will pay some amount. If any accidents happen, it will be covered, right? You can claim, so that insurance company will pay you money for the accidents, whatever has happened. Okay. Similarly, for health also, we can take the insurance, because like some of the surgeries so expensive, right? So we cannot afford paying those amounts. So we go to the insurance company, we'll buy a plan, health plan. Okay, there are different kinds of health plans will be there, different coverages will be there. Okay, I think those who taken bike is mandatory, right? Bike and car insurance is mandatory in India. Correct. Police will ask if whenever he catches, first has to show the coverages, right? Insurance papers. Correct. It's a
Yes, sir.
mandate. So
Yes, sir.
insurance also, like if you take bike also, there are various insurance policies will be there. Okay. So some will we pay less amount, some we will pay more amount. Based on the money we paid, right? You will get some of the benefits. Okay. Some will cover some part of some parts of the car or bike will be covered. Some insurance, if you take, they cover more. Some insurance covers roadside assistance. Correct. Some will not provide you roadside assistance. It depends on the amount you are paying. So the each amount you are paying, like there will be cover like plans, will be insurance plans. Okay. Similarly, in the case of health also, there are different kinds of health insurance plans will be there. Okay, some will cover eyes, some will cover dental. Some insurance plans cover everything, surgeries and all. And some insurance will pay you like there will be a limit, like we can pay like 1 lakh rupees limit policy. Like one insurance will cover like 1 crore also policy. That kind of insurance policies will be there. Some policies uh, like if you visit a hospital, you have to pay 10% or 20%. Rest of the money will be paid by insurance companies. Some policies will have cardless. Like you no need to pay anything when you visit a hospital. Later it will be taken care. Okay, so those are the plans will be there. Okay, so generally every person uh, will take insurance plan, must take insurance plan, so that will help you like financially. As financially, basically it helps financially. Of course we have to pay every month some amount, for the insurance, but it will help when major issues happens. Maybe it's accident or maybe anything happens. When you go to the hospital, it covers huge benefits like surgeries during the time. Okay, so every insurance plan basically will have kind of a, they have something like UI portal will be the UI kind of thing. Okay, the moment you buy a insurance plan, you have to give your details, right? Your name, first name, last name, your driving license number, your address details, your phone number, okay, and beneficiary name. Suppose let's say uh, I can give beneficiary as my wife in case something happened to me, or maybe my husband in case something happened to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we will take like we'll also enter all our details like family details also we'll enter. Okay, and our age, date of birth also. Okay, so we'll submit that form, maybe electronically, or we will fill a form. If you go to the bankings, some these insurance companies, you fill the form and then they will send you the documents, all the documents. So actually those will be converted into UI. They will enter into the UI, and then they will submit. Okay, not only uh, our details, like when we buy a policy, we will enter our details. That's one. Okay, and when we visited a hospital, okay, so hospital guys ask, hey, do you have any insurance? So we provide our card, insurance card, like insurance name and all those thing details. So then doctors also, like hospital, not doctors, hospital, they can directly submit a claim. You know claim? What is claim?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can
So
take.
those bikes when we do like claims we'll do, right? That is easiest way to know. And no, did you submitted any times your claims? Submitted? Good.
No, sir.
No? Oh, oh no, no accidents happen. Not even small tire puncture and all those also we can claim, right? No? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So in case of health insurance, you visited like no any patient visited hospital. Those who are having insurance, okay, they visited hospital. Let's say they visited hospital. Okay, the moment visited hospital, okay, so they will take like your insurance details. Okay, and there will be cashless insurance in India, especially like cashless means like no need to pay any money. So just give the card, then after that bill they will bill to the insurance company. So they can send the claims, okay, to insurance company. So provider, provider in the sense doctors or a hospital. Okay, they submit the claims. Okay, and they will not just submit the claims. Okay, so if you submit the claims to insurance company, okay, they will not accept claims. They will ask detailed explanation. Detailed explanation is nothing but what is his health conditions, clinical information. Clinical in the sense immunization, any vaccines given, at what time he visited a hospital, his lab results. Lab results means like if anything is taken, X-ray, anything taken, all those details they will submit. They should submit to insurance company. Okay, so some of the information is like clinical. I can say clinical information. Clinical in the sense lab results. Okay, immunization. Immunization is nothing but, any idea? Immunization is nothing but vaccines. Some vaccines you will take, right, when we visited hospital, especially kids. When we take kids like 1 year old or 2 years old guys, every 3 months or 4 months we are asked to take vaccines for the kids. Of course, we are not taking the kids, but now COVID is coming, right? COVID vaccines needed, right? Those comes under immunization. Okay, lab results, immunization, any allergies are there. So those information also they have to provide hospital before claims are generated. Clinical information, lab information, and what else? Smoking status. So they will ask smoking also, whether the guys do smoking alcohol or not. Those details also they will take. Okay, so some of the clinical information I'm not going in detail. There are many are there, but this information also they need to submit to payers, means insurance companies. Okay, so these guys also send data. Maybe this called EDA formats. There are electronics data exchange interchange. EDA formats. EDA formats. I'm not going in detail now, but later we will see what these things are. EDA format. Okay, so wherever UI is there, it's like as a patient, okay, we can access our UI. Okay, we'll first create an account with the payer, and our once we entered our all the details, we can start looking at our claims information. We can submit our claims also. Sometimes we visited out of the some hospitals where they are not accepting insurance details. So we'll go and submit our insurance to the payer. Okay. Similarly, when we visited a hospital, those hospital guys, so when they can also submit to the claims to the payer. Okay, and along with not just claims information, hey, this guy need to pay so and so amount. He visited our hospital. We did some surgery. We wanted to generating a claim. You guys need to pay. So that information along with clinical information, just when your car is accidental, something happened. So when you claim insurance, right, that guy will take the photos, right? Do you know photos? What happened to that car? Where is damage happened? How much is the damage happened? What is the all those he will take and he will keep with the insurance company. Have you observed any time? So records are needed, right? Data. You will not simply blindly pay the money. Similarly, this provider also send all the documents, claims, information, all those needed to the payer. So that payer will also they also have some doctors. They will validate, is this a proper claim or not? Okay. So those information also he will validate, and those are also information available with the patient. These days, these payers, insurance companies also provide those information to a patient, saying that, hey, this is your medical history, this is your claim information, this is your lab results, these are covered, these are not covered. Those information also will be provided to the patient. Okay, so patient will be sit here, and he uses the way he uses UI, web browser. Basically, I can say UI means anything. It can be web browser or mobile apps. Okay, they connect to the payers and get the information. Okay, are you getting what is the actual overall functionality or high level use case, high level what is a project all about. I'm not coming to each individual use cases, but just a requirement. So thing is like there are payers, providers. Okay, so they work with the like patients. There are three actors: patients. Payers are nothing but insurance case. Yes. Okay. So the term we'll use is payer is nothing but insurance. Providers is nothing but doctors. Okay. And there are three actors basically: patients, okay, providers, payers. Three actors are there. So all the business logic involved between these two, between these three. Providers, patient, they will first buy the insurance with the payers. Okay, so they will use a UI kind of thing, a mobile app kind of thing. How the data flows is a different thing, but maybe they use web browser, they may use mobile apps, or they will go to the agents. Agents also fill something kind of a data, right? Agents also there. In India we have agents, insurance agents also. You go and paper based, you'll go and fill the form and you will done. Okay, earlier it was there, nowadays also agents are also there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you can submit the data with the payers. So you have purchased your data like insurance with the payers. Now, so first then you will go to the some of the hospital. Okay, and then you done everything. There also they will ask you, hey, share me your insurance details, insurance company and all those details. Okay, and now its providers will come into picture. They will send sometimes the payer says, hey, we don't have a tie-up with this insurance company, you can claim yourself. I think you heard it many times. Maybe our friends, family, or relatives, someone went to hospital, right? Maybe you heard these kind of things. Some hospital says, hey, we don't have any tie-up with this payers, insurance company. You go and submit, we'll give you all the documents. Okay, so at that time you will also, yeah, they will provide you and you will go and submit to the insurance companies. Okay, so some company, some hospitals, they are tie up, so they says like I will take care of it. So then they will submit the documents. Okay, so basically when providers submit payers, they are basically electronics data formats, EDA formats. There are many things are there in EDA. I'm not going to explain those things for now, but just think that electronically, their standards are there. Some standards are there. Those are written in the 90s. Okay, not now. They have written some standards. So many providers, they follow those standards, sending the data from providers to payers. Okay, those formats called EDA format, electronic data interchange. Okay, even if you see like some kind of symbols, purchase order. So EDA, it's not just healthcare industry, but there are EDAs will be used in retail, many other fields. The same, business to business, basically business to business, EDA formats will be used. Okay, now they'll send data to the payers, but payers wanted the data in this format, like EDA formats. Sorry, they may be browsers, they may be mobile apps, like that. Okay, so all the data need to be accessed by patient, means like their clinical information, this information, their lab claims information. Okay, and they also need to access inpatient and outpatient. Have you heard about inpatient and outpatient?
Yes, sir.
In network, out network. Basically, not in
Yes,
patient
sir.
operation. In network, out network. Okay. So the providers, hospitals, those who says like we don't have a tie-up with this insurance company, those called out network. Okay, those are tie-up with these payers, right? Providers. We call it as a in network. Okay, so many times, even when I was in India, it's like I when I go to hospital, right, before that I used to search my insurance. I will log into insurance portal. Like nothing, portal is nothing but a kind of a UI, a browser. I will log into the portal and I will search what are the in-network hospitals. Okay, first I will find out which is nearest to my in-network. So I will find out those hospitals or doctor names, and then I will try to visit those hospitals only if those are near to me. Why? Because there I no need to pay money, right? When I visited hospital in network. Okay. So what I need to log into payer system, which is insurance company. I need to get the provider information also, right? Provider details. Okay, provider in the sense like I will search. Let's say I will give my zip code or area code. The moment I give area code and what I am looking for, eye specialist or heart specialist or children specialist or skin specialist. Those I will search category wise so that I will get the hospital details and with the address details and their experience also, doctor name, experience details, what is his qualifications. Okay, and also if anyone given the reviews about that hospital, I will get that hospital reviews also. Maybe I'm not sure you guys will seen that, but that kind of information also I needed from the insurance companies. Okay, so all those information I wanted to access from my mobile. Okay, but are you getting what I'm explaining so far? So we are going to develop, okay, some of the use cases from here on these, use cases. We'll build a system. That is what we are going to implement as a use case. I wanted to know, like, if you clear, I will give one use case at a time. I wanted to you guys to develop and show me. At least we'll see like 2 or 3 use cases, so that when I updated your resume, right? So I can say like who were completed. Basically, I need to show like you guys have done some work also. It's not just whoever completes these use cases. At least you can also update like hey, worked on this payer. I will give this project description, but use cases I worked on these use cases like patient demographic information, created a REST service, and also processed batch files and updated into database. And also we converted data into file format. I will explain. There is a file structure. Will convert. There is a file server. We are going to work with a file server. I will install. I will explain how to install this file server from web methods. How we can create a convert and create a resource in files, so that mobile apps can consume those data from file. Okay, so those use cases I will slowly explain you. Okay, first use case is I will give you a table name, 4 tables I will give you. Data need to be inserted. Like first step is, let's say, patient resource. When I say resource, we are going to create a
REST service.
REST service. Okay, so I have 4 tables. How it is organized is patient tables. So patient table contains few details, not all the details, like patient member ID, member ID, medical record ID. Basically, medical record ID. There are few fields need to be updated. Yeah.
Mobile
So
number.
first name,
Name.
name, last name.
Hmm.
Okay.
First name, last name.
Date of birth, POB, date of birth.
Aadhaar number.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And date of join. So the day he discharges, those comes as a different. So I'm creating an account for, this is first creating a account for member.
Patient.
Patient issues is nothing but creating a create, read, update, delete
Delete.
patient data. Hmm? This is when you create an account, right, you will not specify your diseases because so that comes later, right? Why do you specify first when you're buying an insurance, right? When you're buying an insurance, you will not generally we will not specify, right? Okay, the moment once we purchase an insurance, they may be asked some questions. Question and answers will be asked. Okay, like you have any smoking allergies? You do you have alcohol? Do you drink alcohol? Those kind of questions will come. Okay, those are yeah, those are not important. So much important information. Those are additional data. Okay. Okay, so but the most thing is like patient information, patient medical record IDs will be there. First name, last name, date of birth, Aadhaar card, driving license. Okay.
Phone number.
Phone number. Okay, and phone number again. Two types of phone numbers will be there. Office phone number. Someone will give office phone number. Office, personal, mobile again, mobile, landline. Correct. So we'll specify what are those things. We'll specify numbers. Okay. And gender. Gender also need to specify it. Okay. And address. Address again contest. So address details. Address is city, state, zip code. Yeah. So addresses, basically addresses. Okay. So address type, we'll call it as a usage. We'll call it as usage. So use is nothing but home address. So home is a permanent address, basically home is okay, and secondary address. Okay. So addresses will be there. Now, how do you insert multiple addresses in a table? Now you have to think. Okay. I'm not going to. Okay. So mobile also, number of mobiles are there. Like now in a single table, it's not possible. Then how do you implement? Okay, that you think I given some idea already. What are the issues are there? Okay, now you have to come up your mind. I wanted to see like how do you think? Don't ask any each other. Okay, try to implement yourselves. Okay, so there are certain issues here. Okay, language. Okay, and what else? Anything else? Patient information. Give me a second.
Plan.
Hmm?
Plan.
One second. One second. Uh, Any other things you see? Language, any other fears you'll expect? Address, state, telecommunication, these. Okay, okay. These are the things. First use case is, no, we need these details. Like someone will, there are two. When I say like REST service, right? It's not just REST service. Okay, I'm asking. Okay, I need REST service also. Okay, so let's say from mobile applications, they're calling REST service. Mobile. Okay, mobile application, they may be create, delete, update the patients. Okay, whenever created, those to be inserted in the database. Okay, so we are not going to develop mobile applications. Okay, it's not our job. You getting right? So it's not our job,
No,
but
sir.
so think that some mobile applications sending the data. Okay, patients, patients, they wanted to create patients, read patient, delete, update the patients. You have to able to do. Second is, I wanted like maybe agents. Agents, what they are doing is, they will collect all the information. Okay, like all the patients' information. They store in a file. Okay, they send the file, delimited records. Okay, it may contain one patient, it may contain 100 patients, it may contain 1,000 patients. Don't know. But when they send the patients, drop a folder, you need to process. Okay, and you have to see like the patient is already there, the patient is not there in our database, it should be created. Are you getting? If the patient is already there, you need to update. Okay, let's say I got the file. Based on the file, I'm getting the data. Okay, now some old applications are there. Okay, those they cannot send a REST applications. REST web, they cannot communicate through REST. Okay, I want, for them also, I want REST services. There are consumers are there, REST web service consumers, SOAP consumers. So, or I generally will call it as a web consumers, web service consumers, web service bracket SOAP consumers. SOAP consumers are there. They wanted to create, update, delete patients. Okay, they wanted to create, delete, update the patients. Okay, so our service should support. Okay, now mobile, these are there. There is one internal application. They wanted to send the same patient data over JMS or universal messaging. Okay, so they also wants to send the data to patients. Now we have to develop this service. So all the data we wanted to insert into database. First step is we are going to insert into a database. Data should be inserted in the database. Okay, there are next steps is we'll convert into a file. I will explain later. Second use case. Okay, but the first use case is all this one supported, and mainly I need reusable components. Your code should be reusable. You are using mobile, file, these are the channels. Basically, we call it as a channels. Are you getting? So because file channel, mobile channel, file, something like even UI. Just not only UI. That is again I can say HTTP application is there, which is Java application, which can post HTTP. HTTP post method that using post. So in the patient data. Okay, these many channels are there. So this is Java application, mobile application, file based, so JMS. These are the channels. Each are one kind of a channel. So they all sending the data to our what you call web methods, and we are going to insert the data into database. Are you clear on the requirement?
We have to create only one table.
Yeah, one table only, right? Because if for each of application, if you created table separate, what is the use? All are different channels. Okay, someone is went to UI, they are creating the patient. Someone is using mobile, but all for us is a patient only, right? Patient data.
Now, in which use case we have to develop this and rest?
Okay, so SOAP services I asked, this is REST service. Java is nothing but I'm using a REST. Okay, Java is REST. It is a Java REST consumer. Okay, I'm using REST consumer. Okay, and they're sending JSON message. Okay, so sorry, REST is nothing but here mobile is using a REST. Okay, mobile is REST. Here Java UI application. It's developing Java web application. Java web application. Okay, HTTP post. So this is basically HTTP post to post the data. Okay. So is it clear, Anusha, the one you asked? Okay. We should develop one service which support different protocols. If you see like Java, one is HTTP protocol supported. Okay, one is REST services, one is file based, one is SOAP based, one is JMS.
Using all this, we have to develop.
Yeah. Yes.
That's all I'm asking. Only with single source or all this
But
we have to use.
it's a protocol. These are all channels. We wanted all the things. I wanted all. Okay. We wanted all the channels. So wherever is possible, reusability, use reusable concept. Okay. I need the data. This is the data. So I'm not specifying the tables. So this is a patient. Medical record number is ID, actually unique for each patient. Okay. Medical record ID. First name, last name, date of birth, Aadhaar card, date of join. Means date of join is like current date. Basically, whenever we create, right? Then it is created. Patient account is created. Okay. Data is current date.
Only one patient details.
Yeah. One patient at a time. No. So whenever
that is how many patients records we have? Only one patient.
Okay. Suppose let's say I'm using Java. Only one patient will be sent, right? Mobile also one patient. But if I use a file, in the file I may have hundreds of patients. So agent is collecting the data. Okay. He writing into a file all the data in a comma separated file, and that file is sent to us. Okay. Now using web methods, we need to process that file and update into database. Okay. So there is a old application is there. That application we can communicate only with the SOAP. They are not ready with the REST APIs. They are not ready with the file, or they are not using JMS. This is I can communicate only with the SOAP. Okay. Now we have to develop our side SOAP provider, right, for those to communicate with us. Okay. When they send the patient data, first name, last name, date of birth, Aadhaar card, driving license, they will not send date of join. We need to automatically generate ourselves current date. Okay. Phone number, they will send phone numbers. 2, 3, 4 numbers, like no, for phone number and the type is office, phone number and type is mobile, phone number type is landline, like that. They can provide all three also. Okay, gender, male, female. Okay, address, there may be home address, there may be rental address. Okay, there may be say a secondary address. Okay, so two address, they may send two addresses at a time. You have to handle all this information. They will send language. They will say, like, you know, I will speak Hindi or Telugu, only one language. Let's say Telugu, Hindi, English, any one language, preferred language basically. Okay, I wanted to insert into my database. Is it clear requirement?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? Any doubts?